6 o'clock if you missed it. Summer camp and sports keep kids and teens really busy this time of year. They're constantly on the go and overscheduled, but they might not be getting the right kind of exercise. How do you tell? Heather Barron's talked to Dr. Nancy Georgekutty. She's a family doctor at Methodist Mansfield.
Parents especially want to take into account with their children if they're overly scheduling them, just by looking at if they're just getting tired really easily, they're not able to even, eat meals properly, they're just getting headaches or stomach aches, sometimes can be physical signs of being just overly scheduled or even overly tired from just having so many activities scheduled throughout the day.
Well, because you're running from point A to point B and you're eating on the go and you're just rushing, and sometimes they don't even get the right hydration.
Exactly. I mean, nutrition is really important. So we really want to kind of dedicate almost pre-planned meals when you know you have a lot of activities that are going on. You want to pre-plan your meals, but at the same time, you want to have snacks that you can keep in the car that you can give your child that are healthy and nutritional.
Every kid's different, and some kids can handle more activity than others, but how can you really tell what's right for your child, or is there a good rule of thumb on how many hours kids should be running around?
So that's a great question. CDC actually recommends for most children to have at least 60 minutes of physical activity daily. So that's really what we want them to have on a daily basis.
You have a huge group of kids that are overscheduled, and then you have a large number of children who are obese. Are we talking about some of the same kids here, or are we talking about two different groups?
No, they've actually, recently they just did a study of looking at preschoolers who throughout the day they thought they were getting enough physical activity, and in actuality they were getting less than half an hour a day of physical activity despite doing all the activities they were doing. They actually found that they were being mostly physically inactive than actually being active when they try to look at it. So that promotes into obesity. When a child is overscheduled, a lot of those things that might be overscheduled, for example, like singing, you may be doing a physical activity, but it's not really burning calories as much as running or walking would have. Or if they're playing chess in a chess club. I mean, those are great activities for mental stimulation, but it's not really good for physical stimulation. And so it's really important we kind of look at what kind of activities they're doing to determine whether or not are they actually burning calories when they're actually doing that activity.
So it's not enough to just be busy. It needs to be the right type of activity.
Exactly. Right kind of busy.
It's Dr. Nancy Georgekutty from Methodist Mansfield Medical Center. She also says kids just need time to use their imaginations too and just play.